Well, hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Peaches from Lovers for Healthy Life. And it's been a while since I did a video, and I know my videos are far and few between. Well, if you've been following me on Instagram, you know my husband had a back injury, which put me back about, well, a little over a month actually. And I'm just now getting back into the swing of things and trying to get a few things done here in the garden. And right now I'm standing in my tomato trellis, and I actually expanded my tomato trellis. So let me turn this camera around and have you take a look at my tomatoes. So my tomatoes are growing really well. These are my grape tomatoes right here that are growing almost to the top of the trellis, and they are grape tomatoes growing everywhere here, and I can't wait to harvest them. And right here I believe are my brandywine tomatoes, and more brandywine. Look, they're already getting large. And then I have more brandywine right here, and then this right here on this side are my newer tomatoes, and this is, I believe, money makers. And I just planted these. The seeds were planted at the same time of these tomatoes, but I actually transplanted them out here just a few days ago, so they're waiting to get big. So there's the inside of the tomato trellis. I want to take you around to this side. It's getting really lush as well, with tomatoes growing, and there's tomatoes right there. So my tomatoes are growing really well. Well guys, I'm going to give you a little tour of the chicken coop. And there's Mr. Rooster, and his name is Solomon. And we decided to call him Solomon because he has 16 hens inside of there, all to himself. So we thought that was an appropriate name for him, Solomon. And he's a really, really unfriendly rooster, to say the least. But the girls in there, they're really friendly. Let me go on in and give you a tour of the chicken coop. Look at all these chickens. They think every time I open up this door, I'm going to be giving them a treat from the garden, and which is why we planted their own garden. So these are all my chick babies, and they are so funny to watch. They're hilarious. I believe her name, the little brown one right there, that's Peaches. And I believe her name is Henna. And let's see, my granddaughter named a few more. This one right here, she is hilarious. Her name is Autumn because of her beautiful colors, so they call her Autumn. And then inside the chicken coop, now this chicken coop is 15 feet long, and it is 7 feet wide and a little bit over 7 feet tall. And it's really sturdy. We secured it to the ground with these garden stakes, and then, you know, this was actually a polytunnel, so we had to take off the solar cover or the winter cover, and we may put it back on in the winter time. Just not sure if we're going to be using that particular cover. But anyways, this is a little swing that they love to swing from, and for right now that's their watering station. So we don't have an automatic feeder right now set up for the birds. So I just feed them twice a day for right now, and we are going to be installing an automatic feeder. I tried this one out, but my lovely Autumn bird, she would always come in here and dig all the feed out, and it would end up a mountain of feed on the ground. So we just put their grit in here, and they come in here and get their grit whenever they need to. And then we put these logs in here. My husband cut them to size, and I thought they were really unique looking, so I wanted to use these inside the chicken coop. And there's a smaller one, and kind of like a little step ladder, and then when they get up to this, they fly up to their roost. And right here is the roost that my husband installed, and it's 7 feet long, and all the birds get up there at night, and they love going up there in the evenings. I covered this half of the chicken coop with a 10 mil shade cover so that they can get shade and it can stay dry inside of here. And then inside of there, if you guys saw several videos ago, I showed you my chicken coop. This is not a big chicken coop at all, so it's not really serving as a coop. This is actually their coop that I'm standing in, and also their run. And inside of there, I'm just going to be opening up. They like going in there, but I just going to be opening that up for their nesting box. And there's 2 nesting boxes inside of this little tiny coop, and I'll go around and show you that in a minute. So because that's actually way too small, and then probably we'll be building another larger house for their nesting box. Right now that's gonna work, and if it isn't big enough for their nesting box, there's 2 nesting boxes in there, then we'll just build something bigger. But all the videos I've seen, no matter how many birds that you have, most of them usually only use 1 to 2 nesting box. So I just decided, well, we'll just use this little housing inside of there as their nesting box. And they like to go in there. As you can see, there's a few of them that's inside of there. And there's some, let me just get you a little closer. There's some stairs inside of the little coop that's on the ground that goes up to their nesting box, but it's closed off right now because, you know, they're still young birds, and I probably won't have to open that up until July. Right around time they'll start, you know, producing eggs. So yeah, this is their chicken coop, and super easy. Didn't know how easy it was to raise birds, but I'm really liking this. And I think one of the funniest things is at night when they go onto their roost. It is hilarious watching their pecking order. Some of them push each other off. It is just totally hilarious. Hey Peaches, how you doing over there? You doing okay? Why aren't you eating with the other ones? I have another thermostat here so that we can measure the temperature twice, just to make sure the birds aren't getting too hot inside of here. Alrighty. So I'm really loving this door that my husband created, and it's just really easy to get in and out of the coop. And then just latches back right here. Oops, I forgot to get you guys plate out from tomorrow. Let me grab this. Say hello, everybody. Say hello. Rooster, you stop that. I guess you wanted her to go eat, I guess. Ew. Anyways, that's Gracie. Grace, how you doing? And there's my Autumn. Say Autumn, what you doing? How you doing, Autumn? Say hey. Hey. I think she's a Rhode Island Red, actually. That's what she is. And anyways, so it just closes back. I think the red and gold birds are so beautiful. I love their feathers, the gold inside of them. It's so gorgeous. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and close this up. And I added some farmhouse decor pieces to their chicken coop, and I thought that was really cute. So this is the actual coop that actually is closed off, and inside of here, that's another nesting box, but like I said, this is way too small. I mean, that's another roost, but like I said, it's closed off right over there, and over here is the nesting box. Now there's actually 2, but my husband has to build a divider to go inside of here for their nesting box, because the other one didn't work. It broke, or I'm not sure, because we've had this so long. So today we are pulling up the fabric right over here, and I'm going to be planting a chicken garden. So basically I'm going to be planting their favorite foods that they like to eat, like more Swiss chard, because they've been eating my Swiss chard right here. I give to them, but I'm going to be planting some here for them, and also some oats that they like to eat as well, and some other grains. So right now we're just sprinkling some oat seeds, and that'll be the first crop that we're planting for the chickens. And we're going to cover this with some wood chips, maybe some pine bark as well. And once this grows up, we'll be able to let the chickens out to come over here and eat one of their favorite crops. And we're going to put a fence connected to my green fence right there. That's a 6-foot fence, so I'm going to put a small fence to come down here. And then we're also going to plant in the back of the chicken coop and around the chicken coop as well. You're doing a good job, hubby. Okay, so this is after planting out the oat grains, and that'll be the first crops over here. And then I'll be also planting some Swiss chard starts maybe alongside the fence here. So guys, I wanted you to take a look at the chicken garden we put in. That looks lovely, and it's like all the seeds are starting to germinate. I really adore this little chicken garden we put in. And so what I'm gonna do is take it all the way around the back as well. This is June the 28th, and look how much the oat grass has grown on this side. So we'll be doing this on both sides of the coop and also in the back. And right here in front of their coop, I planted some wildflowers and also added some banana trees just to beautify the area. So guys, this is my garden, and everything seems to be growing in nicely. My pepper plants are looking great, so I'm happy about my pepper plants. And my cucumbers are finally coming in, so got lots of cucumber seeds that I planted. So I'm going to be separating some of those when they get a little bigger and move them to another area. So here's my squash. And I'm going to go ahead and harvest this squash today. That is a nice squash plant. Well guys, I'm going to harvest my first patty pan of the season. Ooh, it just came right off. I didn't have to cut it or anything. You see that? That is a nice looking one right there. And the other one's a little bit too small. And I see a couple of more. And these things are spiky. They actually really stick. Anyways, I'm happy about that. Time to fry this baby up with some yummy egg whites. That's how we like to eat them here. I want to show you, look at all of, this is a beautiful one, put this right here. Look at the ground cherries. They are so delicious. So basically they're like this, and you pop them open like so, and I'm all sweaty, sorry about that, and you eat them. So delicious. Well guys, my rose bushes are still doing well, and there's a luscious apple that I can't wait to try. That's a red delicious apple actually. And so this golden delicious apple tree has an apple on it, and I can't wait to taste that one as well. Now the leaves have these little yellow spots, So I'm not sure what that is. Might be rust spots, but I'll have to do some research. As we walk through the arbor, I have my mandevillas that's still doing well. And then I've been eating on these. They're really sour, so I'm gonna wait till they get a little bit more ripe. These are the calamandins, and you can actually eat the outside as well. And then my lemons are doing fabulous. I wanted to give you a sneak peek of my raised bed garden, and look at the phlox and also the coneflower there in the front. If you can see that. Yeah, see the coneflower right there? So beautiful. And this pretty mom is already blooming. Look how luscious this mom is. It is looking fabulous, and I have white phlox growing in here and zinnias. This is actually my cutting garden, and I'm planting not as many zinnias as last year because I want more of a variety here. So, but the zinnias are starting to come in. Open to get to all my grapes, and it's more zinnias over here. So we opened up the chicken coop, and I'm letting the chickens free range today. Now this is the side where we planted the oats, so we kind of blocked it off over here until it grows in full, and then we'll be letting them free range over here. And I'll be adding more fencing along here, and planting some flowers right here. And those are my dahlias that are looking fabulous. And so the chickens are having a great time just out wandering today. And there's more grass for them in the back of their chicken coop. So I'm giving my chick babies some ice water because it's really hot today. And just like we like ice water, so do they. And they can stick their heads inside of it or just their beaks and enjoy the ice water and cool themselves off.